Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, JT Open Stuff. And guys, look what I found at my local Walmart today. Some of these new Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Jakks-specific toys. These are fresh off the truck, apparently, and I was able to get 3 of these figures today. Now, we're gonna talk about why I only got 3 a little bit into the video, but for right now, let's start popping into these figures. And while I do that, if you haven't already, go down to wherever you have to click the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. It is the best way to get all of my toy opening videos, and I love opening toys with you. So let's take a quick look at the back here. I'll get you guys a look at that. Sonic is on a roll. Saved the world twice, but who's counting? Has other besties for his team, but will they be enough to handle a devastating new threat? 22 points of articulation, and as you can see, these are really kind of neat looking figures. A little bit different looking, definitely with that textured hair and such, but awesome nonetheless. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start with Sonic, and then maybe we'll go Tails, then Shadow. And at the very end, I'm going to discuss why there are only 3 figures on the table instead of the whole line of 4. So if you want to know what was going on with that, stay around to the end of the video. You're going to be really interested to hear what I have to say about it. I think it's going to be big news to a lot of you. So there we go, guys. The world's loudest opening. We got this Sonic out, and yes, there is articulation everywhere on this figure. Let's see if we can count the ways. Feet, just slight articulation. Knees. Legs twist this way, and then go back and forth this way. So his hand opens, it twists, the arm turns, the elbow flexes. So look at that arm. Look at what you can do with that arm, guys. That is awesome. A point of articulation right here, where he can kind of twist a little bit. His head articulates just a little bit. It's kind of hard with all of this stuff on the back, all this. Look at that, guys. Kind of translucence inside of that hair. It's interesting. It's almost like it would light up or something, which is kind of weird. It doesn't say anything about that on the package, but it definitely looks like it'd have some feature where it could even light up or something. So really cool. That hand looks kind of weird like that. So we're going to go ahead and close that back up. Let's see. There you go, little run pose for him. That is pretty cool, guys. So what a cool figure. These are really, really interesting. I think that they are going to be extremely popular when people start finding them in the stores. I definitely think this is something that is going to be very collectible for folks. This shoulder articulation is awesome, guys. But there you go. Stands pretty decently with no stand, no nothing. Stands on his own. So, all right, guys, let's get into Tails. Tails looks like it's a little bit shorter than Sonic, but nonetheless, a very, very neat figure. Put that right over there. And this one looks like it's being held in by one little Oh, actually, it's got a lot of little rubber bands. Sonic had no rubber bands. Tails has a bunch. So let's see. Maybe, just maybe, there you go. As many of you know, the grandpa knife is missing. So I've got a good idea where it might be, but I just haven't had a ton of time to look recently, and I don't want it to be missing for long. All right, let's see. I think we can get that right over his thumb there. There we go. And then this one, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna pull this right off camera. I'm gonna try to break them. There we go. Right off of there. Now, this is something cool, guys. I just realized that part of Tails' articulation is his tails. Look at that. That is awesome. I love figures with playability and just letting some kid's imagination run wild. With all the articulation that Tails has, let's see, does Tails... Yeah, Tails has 20 points of articulation. Sonic had 22, Tails has 20. But I definitely say that Tails has the cooler articulation when it comes to his tails. So again, a little bit of head articulation. Look at the glassiness of those eyes. That is awesome. I absolutely love this figure. Similar articulation all over Tails. It is interesting how this foot looks like it's kind of tilted. So it does kind of straighten up there. Little knee bend there. Same, very similar shoulder articulation as Sonic, but not as articulate. Hands and fists open. Maybe we'll just make him wave. What a cute pose for Tails. All right, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's see. His tails are so heavy on the back, but if you... Let's see if we can get him just right to where he'll stand up. What do you say? There we go. He is standing. Let's go ahead and straighten Sonic's feet also. There we go. Nice poses for both of those. Tails just giving a little wave to all of you in the opening band. All right, now to Shadow. And after we get this Shadow out of the package, we're going to discuss the big topic of today's video, I think, outside of the fact that these figures are really freaking cool. So let's go ahead and see if we can get Shadow out. Now, he is rubber banded in just in front of his hands, looks like. And I think we might be able to get him out without. There we go. That hand just popped right out. That's interesting. This hand is a little bit trickier, but there we go. Out, no problemo. Look at that. He's looking down at his fist. I might pose it just like that, guys. Look at how cool that was right out of the package. Again, the texture of this sculpt and mold. Look at those facial expressions. The glassiness of the eyes again. This guy is super cool. But I love the fact that he looks like he's looking down at his hand. Now, if you could place something small, you could place something right in his hand and have him look right at it, that would be really cool. But maybe right now he's watching a Booker T match and he's going 5-time WCW heavyweight champion. for all you wrestling fans out there. Very cool figure. Head articulation will make him look away from his hand there for a little bit. Maybe he's just putting up his dukes in general. He's ready to go. Very similar shoulder articulation to Sonic. Foot, look at his shoes though, guys. Look at his shoes compared to Sonic's shoes. He definitely got the cooler shoes of the two. Those are kind of, I don't know, not really cool, Sonic. Not really cool. Shadow, on the other hand, those are some nice kicks. Really awesome, guys. I absolutely love this figure. And again, tons of ways you can pose them. Whoa, oh my gosh. What just happened? Uh-oh. Well, that is not good, guys. Huh. So I'm guessing it kind of fits in there like that. Wow. What the heck just happened? So this will go like this. So I think we need to kind of twist. Wow, guys. I can't believe that that just happened. His leg literally just fell off. But it looks like it would pop in there like this. Let's see if we can get it in there. It's just like a little round thing right there. So this part looks like it would fit right into there. Let's see if we can get it in here. Huh. Definitely might have a little bit to do with what I'm going to be talking to you guys about in a second. I thought the main topic of this video was going to be why there was no Dr. Robotnik or Robotnik figure on the table. This has very quickly become a much bigger issue than that to me. So I can fit that in there, but his little, like the little, what would be his knee doesn't fit over it when I do it like that. Okay, I think I might have gotten it in there just enough to pose it, but that is definitely not going to be playable. That is going to pop out over and over again. It's very, very loose compared to this knee. Definitely you can see kind of the joint of it sticking out there already again. So I'm just going to have to pose this guy, maybe just like we talked about. And that's going to be it. So guys, that is really, really disappointing. But it brings me to the topic of what I wanted to share with you guys. The reason, as you can see on the back, Shadow, Sonic, and Tails that we opened, and there was also a Robotnik figure. I had all four of these up at the register, rang these three up, rang up Robotnik last, see associate for help, for assistance. So the associate comes over to the register. Robotnik is actually on recall. So I was unable to buy Robotnik. They did take that out of my hands and up to customer service. So this Robotnik is on recall, probably going to become a really rare figure if Walmarts everywhere are pulling them off the shelf. Really rare, I would think, because how many of them actually made it into customers' hands? Maybe at different locations other than Walmart, there might not be as much of an urgency to get them off the shelf. But as cool as these figures look, are there going to be issues with them that cause more recalls? Whatever the reason was for the Robotnik recall, if I can find that, guys, at the end of the video, I'll leave a little screenshot of an article if I can find one. But whatever the reason was for the Robotnik recall, could there be other issues with these figures? I think they look awesome. They're amazing. They would look great in a collection, a Sonic collection, but I don't know how much playability there is. Some of the things that are bad about all Sonic figures, the small legs, they don't really lend themselves to be sturdy for play, are still present in these figures as well. But when you've got figures that are literally just popping apart, as you can see, look at the back of this, guys. His right leg is what it's supposed to look like. His left leg is what happened to mine right out of the package. So when you've got quality concerns like this, it makes me wonder, are more of these figures going to be recalled as well? Is this Shadow figure going to be recalled? We all know how popular Shadow is as a character. Imagine if they pulled these Shadows off the shelf at the rarity potentially of these figures. Now that's just from maybe a collector standpoint of having something that, you know, few other people have, but let's talk about the toy aspect of it. We want kids to be involved in toys and to grow with toys. And when a new movie comes out that they get to go see with their parents, we want to give them something to play with, that they can reenact the scenes and just have more new adventures with those characters. And I don't really know if you can do it with these figures. Again, as cool as they look, is the playability there? I just don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I really appreciate you watching today's video. Hopefully you got some good information about those recalls. And again, if I can find an article about what's going on with the Robotnik recall, I'll leave a screenshot of it at the end of what I'm about to say right now, which is thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.